So this divine realm of God is full of virodhabhas, contradictory attributes that are beyond the intellect. Like, for example, Radha and Krishna are one. They can never be separated. Yet, in their divine pastimes, Krishna is always giving separation to Radha. He left Radha ji and the gopis and the Brajbasis and went away to Dwarka and stayed there for 100 years. Second Virodhabhas. Radha ji always wants Sri Krishna's happiness alone. That is her only objective. That is Radha love. We will discuss the Radha Bhav. And yet, in the divine pastimes, she keeps on fighting with Krishna. Why did you go there to Chandravali? Why did you not come with me? Why did you not do this? Why did you not do that? So you say, that kind of fighting, it's like, the husband-wife have out here in our earth planet as well. So the divine couple have the same kind of problems, is it? Compatibility problems? Not at all. That's a divine pastime beyond the intellect. Radha ji fights with Krishna not because her happiness has reduced. She fights to increase his happiness. You see, if somebody keeps on eating sweet all the time, how bored they will become, this you do not know because you've never done it. You mix it with salty foods and with sour fruits and bitter foods. You want the shat ras. But supposing for 1 week you had to eat only sweets, you would say, sweets are coming out of my ears, my eyes, everywhere, enough. Similarly, everybody is praising Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Sri Krishna Chandra ki jai, and so on. So when he gets a little bit of namkeen, his ras increases. His experience of bliss increases. Like I visit Gujarat, and one of the most formidable sweets in Gujarat is the Gujarati laddu. This big. So there is a saying in Gujarat that if you want a person to eat a second laddu, you give him some chutney after the first one, then he'll eat the second one as well. Similarly, Radha ji does all kinds of pastimes. I will not speak to you, I will not do that. So finally, when Sri Krishna meets Radha, his experience of bliss becomes even sweeter. So she fights to increase his bliss. This is the divine consciousness. Material consciousness, everything is for my happiness. And divine consciousness, everything is for Sri Krishna's happiness. And the third Virodhabhas, she is Sri Krishna's number one servitor. Her only goal is Sri Krishna Sukh. However, in the divine pastime, she makes Krishna serve her. You may have seen, you may have heard, Sri Krishna is swinging Radharani. Sri Krishna is pressing Radha ji's feet. Ras Khan, he had a Muslim birth. But later on he became a devotee of Sri Krishna. So when he heard that Krishna serves Radha, he said, impossible. In any case, in the Hindu tradition, Hindu society, it is the wife serving the husband. And then Sita ji is subordinate to Sri Ram and Parvati subordinate to Shiv. How is it the opposite? But then the Lord gave him darshan in that manner. So he said, Dekhyo duryo vah kunja kutir mah baithyo palotat radhika payan. He saw Sri Krishna actually sitting there and pressing Radha ji's feet. So why does Radha allow Krishna to press her feet? Because Krishna gets happiness in that. The goal is again the same, to make Krishna happy. So he gets happiness in serving his beloved Radha Rani. So Radhaji keeps giving him that opportunity. So this Radha Prem is impossible for us all to understand. A little description of it. Aurvasto mat katurapi katham durvaleno rasame tapah praudho harivirahajah sahyate tanna jane nishkranta chet bhavati hridayadyasya dhumachhatapi brahmandanam sakhikulam api jwalaya jajwaliti. The Sukti Sudhakar states that when Radha doesn't have darshan of Krishna, the viragani, the fire of separation that burns in her heart, on top of the fire is smoke. On top of smoke is a hazy area because of the temperature change. You see on top of the flame, the smoke, and then little, because of temperature change, the hazy area. So that is called abhas. So the abhas on the smoke of the flame of separation that burns in Radhaji's heart when she doesn't see Sri Krishna, if that abhas was to come out of her body, the whole universe would get burned. That is the temperature of Radhaji's love. But again, by the Yoga Maya power, she keeps it inside. Unlimited bliss of union with Krishna. And unlimited divine pain of separation from Sri Krishna. That divine love, a fraction of it is received by the Mahasakhis. Lalita, Vishakha, Rangadevi, Tungavidya, etc., fraction of it. And a fraction of that is then received by the saints. And these saints, they create a flood on this earth planet merely by the fraction of the fraction. What Surdas did, what Mirabai, etc. did, that fraction of the fraction, they filled it in their bhajans, their kirtans, etc., and they distributed around the world to create this flood of Krishna Prem, divine love. So you can imagine the nature of the love in the source, that is Radha. Now, that divine love is under Radharani. You see, she is the primary divine energy. Under her, there are many other divine energies. And then the material energy called Maya. So we souls are presently under Maya, under the material energy. The Vedas tell us that this everything that exists is the energy of God. If scientists had accepted this, then then Einstein's theory of relativity would have been naturally obvious to them. You know, when there was a sequence in science, so Newton gave a mechanistic model of this world, where he said everything is like a determinate machine. If you know the past moment and all the forces acting, you can exactly predict the next moment in this creation. And then there came along Maxwell, I think. He moved a magnet through a coil and produced electricity. So he changed one energy into another energy. Then the next scientist came and he showed that a proton has got an energy field around it, irrespective of an electron there. And finally came Einstein, who showed that one energy, mass, is interconvertible into other energy. That is, on the basis of that, the nuclear bomb got created. So Einstein said E is equal to mc square. But just look how deep and complete the Vedic perspective is. The Vedas say, forget about mass and energy. Everything that you see in this world is energy. Sri Krishna says, Bhumi rapo nalo vayuhu khammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yam me bhinna prakritirashtadha. He says, earth, Arjun, is my energy. Water also. Fire, air is also my energy. Space is my energy. Mind, intellect, ego, they are all 8 different aspects of my material energy. So we people presently, although we are ourselves divine energy, the soul, but because we have turned our backs to God, His external energy, Maya, has overpowered us. And when we turn around to Him, we will come under the divine energy, Yoga Maya. So now how to move out of this material energy? We need to do bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti. This Sadhana Bhakti, Narad ji says, is of 3 kinds. Tamasic, Rajasic, Sattvic. Tamasic Bhakti, you worship the ghosts and the spirits. You worship the demons, etc. You offer meat, etc. to Mother Kali. This is all Tamasic Bhakti. Rajasic Bhakti, to get material rewards from God. Jai Jagadish Hare, Sukha Sampati Ghar Aave, Kashta Mite Tanaka. This is Rajasic Bhakti. And then there is Sattvic Bhakti, which is unmotivated, where we don't make these tiny, insignificant things as our goal. Our goal is the highest. To attain divine bhakti, to attain divine love for God. So out here, over the next 2.5 days, we will be doing sadhana bhakti. Not for material rewards, but to attain divine love for God. So you people have done a big sacrifice to come here. This is a long weekend where you could have gone. There were so many other options, but you decided that none of these options will satisfy my soul or will be elevating for the soul. I have had enough of those. Now I wish to progress on the spiritual path. Like the Bible says, what profiteth a man if he gain the whole world, yet suffer the loss of his eternal soul? So you have come here because you have a spiritual motive. Now, over the next 2.5 days, move ahead as much as you can towards that. Because this kind of chance you rarely get, where the world does not disturb you. Otherwise, when you are in the world, even though you wish, you would like to remember God, the world pulls you the other way. I asked somebody, like the last month after the Dallas program, how did it go? Swamiji, there's so many responsibilities, duties, I could not progress. That is the nature of this world. This material energy is pulling you the other way. So while living in the world, even with the best of intentions, it's difficult to move ahead. But here, you don't have any disturbances. Here, your goal is one: to earn your spiritual treasures as much as possible, to purify and elevate your mind as much as possible. So make one goal out here, and that is spiritual earning. So be very clever in that regard. Don't let your mind cheat you. The mind is a big cheat. It finds 100 reasons why not to think of God. Why did this fellow speak like this to me? Why did he behave like this to me? Why did Swamiji not look towards me? He looked towards the other person. The mind is an expert in cheating us. That's what it has been doing for so many lifetimes. So don't allow that to happen. Remember, sadhana is performed. Spiritual practice, sadhana, is done traditionally with austerities. In the ancient days, for spiritual sadhana, people would perform such austerities. They would go to Badrika Ashram and to Gangotri, Yamnotri up in the Himalayas. They would have to walk so much, bear so much heat and cold and mosquito bites, etc. Why? For their spiritual earnings. Now here it is easily available to us. So if there are any difficulties, physical discomforts, let us take it in that spirit that we've come here to perform austerities. After all, the accommodations out here on this campsite will definitely not match your home accommodations. You're going to be living in a dormitory. And never mind. Take it in that sporting spirit. Then nothing will trouble you. So, if we think that I have come here to perform austerities, to increase my tolerance, my patience, my humility, when this is our goal, then our mind and intellect will remain in focus. And through the 2.5 days, we will keep on earning as much as possible. We will keep on attaching our mind to God. And then, by the time you leave, you will find your consciousness has been lifted so high that now when you go back to the world, even while doing your worldly things, you retain that sublime consciousness. So keep that as your focus and keep on at it. And by God's grace, by the grace of the Guru of Radha Krishna, you will keep on progressing.